3. Olfactory area. Olfactory area is a specialized area of the nasal mucosa lining the roof of nasa cavity. Extent. It is a patch of yellowish pigmented mucous membrane extending laterally to superior concha and medially to upper third of median septum. It occupies an area of about 2.5 sqcm in each nostril in humans and is covered by mucus produced by Bowman's glands. Components: 10-20 million receptor cells interspaced between supporting cells and progenitor cells. Functions. During quiet breathing, mainstream of inspired air does not reach olfactory area, but some air does move up by convection current and reach olfactory area. However, in sniffing or deep breathing, air reaches olfactory area. Significance. Olfactory area potential site for transmission of infection to cavernous sinus. 10. Physiology of nose and paranasal sinuses. Nose and paranasal PNS air sinuses are important components of upper respiratory passage and play important role in respiration. Functions of nose and paranasal air sinuses. A natural pathway for breathing. Nose is natural pathway for breathing. During quiet respiration, inspiratory air current passes through middle part of nose between turbinates and nasal septum. During expiration, air current follows same course as during inspiration. But entire air current is not expelled directly through the nares, or naridus. Friction offered at Lyman nasi converts it into eddies. Under cover of inferior and middle turbinates, and this ventilates paranasal sinuses through their ostia. Nasal mucosa undergoes rhythmic cyclical congestion and decongestion, nasal cycle, thus controlling airflow through nasal chambers. When one nasal chamber is working, total nasal respiration, equal to that of both nasal chambers, is carried out by it. B. Filtration of inhaled air. Nose prevents particles greater than 10 mm like dust, pollen and bacterial from reaching lungs by filtering them with hairs present in nasal cavity. Smaller particles of size 0.53 mm which are trapped by mucus, secreted by nasal mucous membrane. Air conditioning and humidification of inhaled air. Nose along with nasal sinuses humidify and cool or warm inspired air so that inspired air attains body temperature by time it reaches lungs. This function is achieved by highly vascular mucosa in regions of middle and inferior turbinate and surrounding nasal septum, which acts as radiator. Air at freezing temperature is brought to body temperature in 1/4 of a second. Humidification is achieved by water provided by nasal mucous membrane rich in mucus and serous secreting glands, mucus layer and deeper serous layer. This blanket is floating on top of cilia which are constantly beating to carry it like a conveyor belt towards nasopharynx at speed of 5-10 mm per minute. Mucociliary blanket of nose. Mucociliary blanket is a continuous blanket of mucoserous secretion, secreted by goblet cells and secretory glands, of nasal mucosa along with the cilia. Components. Superficial mucus layer. Deeper thin serous layer, floating on the top of cilia. Ciliary movements. Physiology. Cilia under the mucus acts like conveyor belt, constantly beating towards the nasal